What's up, guys? My name is Dontavious Hill, three-time Team USA high jumper, five-time NCAA All-American with a personal best of 7 feet 5 inches in the high jump. And today, I want to talk about the direction that athletes usually throw their head as they're going over the bar in the high jump. Let's get right into it. So, when an athlete is usually going up for a bar, like a jump, a lot of times when an athlete is running up to a bar, and let's say they're coming from this direction, they'll usually throw themselves back in the same direction that they're coming from, right? Because what happens is, or basically the biggest misconception is that in the high jump, we're supposed to arch or we're supposed to try and go backwards. But that's not what the high jump is. The high jump is an event where we utilize our approach and allow our approach to throw us over the bar, okay? So the concept that we're gonna run up to it like this and then jump straight back, that is not what we want to do. As a high jumper, we literally want to run up, come around the approach, and take off in this direction, but we want our entire body to turn all the way around and go that way. That way. Literally like this, like that. And this chair making a little bit of noise, but that is the concept. How do we make that happen? How do we get to a point where we're not just throwing ourselves straight back? Well, first it comes from understanding high jump isn't about arching. High jump isn't about throwing yourself straight back over the bar. High jump is about rotation. So when we understand that concept, then we can move forward and see what that looks like to get into rotation, which is created in the approach. All right? But once again, this is what most people do. And I'm about to show you guys what we need to be trying to do. So when we take off and we're leaned away from the bar, let's pretend we got some lean away. We're trying to throw ourselves all the way to the point where we're rotated all the way around like this over the bar. All right? And the only way to achieve something like that is the way that we're going to run through our approach. One of the main things we want to make sure we do is get some lean through our turn and come around that J, with some force into the ground. But most importantly, get some lean away from the bar in our turn, right? And when we take off, we don't want to think of throwing our head straight back in the direction that we're coming from. We want to think about taking off and letting our body literally do a whole 360. Like, we're trying to let our body do a 360, actually a 180. We want our body to take off and do a 180 and throw our head back in that 180 direction. So if I'm facing here, I want my body to be turned completely around that way and throwing my head back that way. And that is how you're going to be able to get into a better position over the bar when we're talking about high jump, right? But yeah, guys, one of the biggest misconceptions is the concept of the arch. And if we can get out of the idea of that we're supposed to be arching in the high jump and we're supposed to be doing this and that, then you will be much better off if you can turn into a rotation focused high jumper when we're talking about clearing bars. All right. But yep, high jumpers, parents, athletes, coaches, if you guys want your high jump film reviewed, just feel free just to submit that film down below. I'll look over it, and also you guys can be in a pool of athletes who get an opportunity to have a free high jump strategy call with me, where I will look over that film and also walk you guys through what high jump coaching looks like. But yeah, thank you guys for jumping on today, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Well, we out of there.